Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the numerology and the energies for both the collective and the individual life path numbers for June 2022. Before we get into the forecast, I just want to let you know that for those of you who have been asking me to bring back the numerology one question readings, those are now available once again on my website if that's something that interests you. It's an opportunity for if you have a burning question that you just want a quick, concise response to. It's a great, affordable option for that. So you can just book some time with me on my website. The information is in the description box below for that. I look forward to seeing you there. And of course, if you would like a more in-depth reading, those are also available, or a coaching session. Those are available as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the forecast. And of course, I will mention that this is a general reading. So again, if you would like a personalized reading, please book some time with me. All right, so June 2022 is a 12-3 universal cycle. And so typically the energy of the 3 brings with it this big explosive energy of creation, networking, social events, travel, recognition. However, with the strong influencing energy of the 12, we can feel that energy sort of muted slightly, and the focus shifts more towards reevaluation, changing, or sort of reversal of a creative endeavor or life experience. This can be a period of waiting, letting things take care of themselves now through surrender and acceptance without the need for force or control. So under this 12-3 energy, a change in perspective will serve us well, allowing the cycle to work for us rather than trying to overly dominate something. Observe, reflect, meditate, repeat. There is a lot of sort of serenity associated with this energy if we choose not to fight it. You may find that new information or clarity now brings reversals in what we thought we once fully knew. I'm actually facing this myself at the moment, so this is somewhat personal. You may need to make big compromises now on long-term goals or visions in order to fully appreciate and experience what is trying to come in for you right now. With this vibration, success is achieved through acceptance and understanding. The more flexible that we can be with long-term goals and expectations, the more fulfillment we will have within our current right now experience. So try not to fight these forces, but rather flow with them, and the results will be much more satisfying. Try to stay very present within the now and pay attention to sort of your mindset now. Are you self-sabotaging or supporting yourself on this journey? So staying within or coming back to the present moment and doing so often can assist us in seeing very clearly what is actually working and what isn't, what needs your attention right now and what doesn't, and what is a rational fear versus an irrational fear, and what needs to actually be overcome within this moment versus allowing something to unfold further in order to see how it actually plays out. So trips of any kind are very much supported under this energy, especially ones that are solely for enjoyment and exploration or rest and rejuvenation. This is a great time for vacations, both near and far. Ultimately, use this gift, this energy, as an opportunity to see things as they really are and not as they appear to be. Bring the conflicting polarities into some level of perspective now within your mind and create much more harmony within your environment by recognizing the reality of what you are actually currently working with and move from that space. This is a great cycle to pause and observe to gain greater clarity. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a closer, deeper look at each individual life path number for June. Life path number 1. I pulled an animal spirit card for you all for June, and you got Stag Spirit. And Stag's message for you all is take the lead. And so what I love about this energy and the card that where the animal is depicted, it's really beautiful. It's got this picture of this magnificent stag deer, these giant horns, and then laid upon the horns are these beautiful flowers. And so their message is, of course, to take the lead, which for ones is right up your alley. But there's also this message around doing so with a sense of surrender, a sense of, again, finding your balance between taking the initiative, but then also allowing the universe, greater power, other people, whatever, to do their part. So there's very much this action-oriented energy with this message, but also this energy of surrender, stillness, allowing. And so just really pay attention to where it is that you may be shying away from taking the lead within your own life, your own experience, where you can step up and do more of that, like not more of that, but more of stepping into, the role that you want, the partnership that you want, whatever. Wherever it is that you can step up into your one energy and take the lead is really going to benefit you now. But at the same time, understanding that there needs to be give and take. There needs to be allowing as well and receiving, right? Like, again, giving and receiving. And so taking the lead, taking some level of control, but also allowing others to do their part as well, including the universe, right? The unseen. And so I think that's going to be really important for you this month as we work with these universal energies of the 12-3, but also with the energies that you all sort of have coming in, which I'll talk about in just a moment. But there is definitely something here about finding your own unique balance, especially as a one. One energy is like fire energy. It very much wants to, be the blaze, blaze those trails and like be the forerunner and all those things when it's in alignment. But there's a very fine line there that needs to be acknowledged, again, of finding that healthy balance for you to where you realize that you don't have control of everything and you're not meant to. And so, the things that turn out differently than how you had anticipated they would turn out, see that as a gift, right? Like, how can you work with this new development? How can you work with this new the way that things turn out? How can you work with it as opposed to seeing it as a personal failure where, it didn't work out the way that I wanted it to or the way that I was trying to force it to. And so that's a reflection on me and it's not a reflection on you. And so I think that really with Stag Spirit, it's, don't be afraid to take the lead in something, go after what you want, blaze that trail, be, the visionary, but do so in a way where you understand that it's leading alongside of others, right? Including the universe. This is a partnership. And so understanding that you are not meant to do it all alone. You are not meant to have full control over every experience, every situation. And that can sometimes be a little bit challenging, especially for one energy. So this is just really, again, just really balancing of those divine feminine, divine masculine energies within, where you understand that there are things that you are meant to, be the leader on, be the expert, take the initiative, but there's also needs to be a healthy balance there of equalizing and sort of succumbing to those other energies of receptivity and surrender and allowing, right? Okay, so looking at the month ahead for you all, there is a very strong energy here around things sort of slowing down for you. Now, I know collectively, I just talked about that in the intro, but for ones, we do have this energy here where this is going to be sort of like temperance energy, which is very much like taking this is a checkpoint. This is a month where you need to check in with yourself. You need to make sure that what you're working towards is what you actually want to achieve. That you are making sure that you are taking time for yourself, that you're doing self-care, that you are paying attention to the needs of yourself holistically, right? Body, mind, spirit. How is your mental health? How is your physical health? Does that need your attention? Are you overworking yourself? Are you underworking where you're sort of not being challenged in the ways that a one sort of needs to be challenged to exceed, to be successful in their own right? And so it's really a checkpoint energy for you all throughout the month. And I think you'll have different opportunities throughout the month to do that and to reassess, to readjust, and to really follow your own intuition, and not just, again, sort of push yourself to meet the expectations of others or to meet those expectations of your, that you've created for yourself, especially if they're not realistic in this moment. I think that this month for you all could be somewhat of a reality check, sort of like Saturnian energy, where it's like, it's not saying you're not going to achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. It's just there needs to be a dose of realism as well, just to make sure, like, okay, are you setting the expectation so high that you are just not going to reach it, and definitely not going to reach it in the time frame that you've allotted for yourself? And so that just gives you more of an opportunity to beat yourself up for not doing it. There just needs to be sort of, again, just this check-in to make sure that there is a realistic nature to whatever it is that you're sort of moving towards, working towards, striving for. Just to make sure that you're not setting your own self up for failure, right? Like over-promising and not being able to fully commit to or produce whatever it is that you're stating you're going to produce, right? So just think of June as, again, just a month to slow down, to let things come to you now, to reassess. You are building something here, whether it's a relationship, a career, working towards your purpose or in purpose, whatever the case may be, but you're building some sort of a legacy here. And so this month, you're going to be asked to continue to check back in that, and that you're not taking shortcuts, that you're not selling yourself short, that you're not self-sabotaging. But that the energy that you're putting forth and the effort that you're putting forth is, it makes sense. And it's actually assisting you on your journey forward. So yes, there's times that we have to do things we don't want to do in order to do the things that we want to do. But this is just one of those energies where it's going to really ask you, again, it's like a reality check. Like, what are you moving towards? What are you investing your energy in? Is it what you want to be moving towards? Is it what you want to be investing your energy into? Same thing with relationships. Are these people that you want to surround yourself with? Are you getting an equal exchange of energy? Are you overcommitting? Are you adding burdens on that don't need to be there? Again, so coming back to Stag message of take the lead within your own life, and you be decisive and choose what it is you want to pursue, where it is you want to invest into, and then do that, right? And then move towards that with a dose of realism, right? And not setting yourself up for failure. I think that's going to be really important. And I do think that, just because we reassess something and we have to pivot or change directions, again, is not a sign of personal failure. It's actually a sign of personal strength to see, okay, this maybe feels like we're stepping back a few paces, but maybe we need to do that so that we can move forward in a more appropriate way, or one that's more efficient or effective. So it's not a failure, and it's not meant to be a judgment on self. So just see it as for what it is, as, again, just sort of temperance energy of checking in with self and just making sure that you're where you want to be. Because, again, I am getting very strong like legacy energy, like building something that is meant to stand the test of time, that it's meant to be around for a while. And again, as one energy, you are the leader in this, whatever this is. But there is this piece about making sure you're leading alongside of others, right? And not trying to just fully take complete control of the situation type thing. And if you do it in a way where you pace yourself and you check in with yourself and you continue to reassess and reevaluate, especially this month while following that inner guidance, what you have the potential to build here could really stand the test of time, could really be a legacy for yourself, right? And the people that you care about, and even a greater community. So a lot coming in for you all this month, just really about, again, those checkpoint energies. Just think of like a Formula One race, right? Where the cars kind of come in and get their checkpoint as they continue, and then they continue around the circle, right? I don't watch Formula One, so I don't know the technical terms, but it's that kind of energy where it's like, full speed ahead. And then you like have to come in and do a checkpoint and just check in with yourself and just make sure that you're in the right lane. So I hope this was helpful, ones. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope it's a beautiful June. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.